Welcome back, viewers. This is episode 2, where we discover what it takes to be a streamer in 2026. When I first started pressing play, it felt like a little bit of a lonely place. But now, it's really starting to feel like I'm making a community. Something started to change. People are hanging out in the Discord, they're meeting up and going on hunts on their own, inside jokes are happening on the stream, and they're even using my voice channels to hunt on their own. So in this episode, we're going to talk about Discord, short form content, and how people like Biggs UK have helped completely change the atmosphere of the stream. I am not claiming to be a guru, this is just me simply documenting my journey and sharing what I've found. And if it happens to help 1 or 2 people, then that's a win for me. I knew from the start I didn't just want to be a streamer, I wanted to build a community. That's why I had built my Discord even before creating my Twitch account. The vision has always been the same: to create a place where people can hang out, play games together, and create friendships. And I'm so proud that my community have even started to jump into my friends' streams to support them. Watching viewer numbers can really stress you out, but I've noticed recently I'm getting much more excited about my Discord than I am my Twitch stats. Of course I want my stream to grow. I mean, every creator does. It's the goal, right? But the thing I really get excited about is watching those familiar names return. Especially the ones that have been there since the start. It's just so rewarding. It's not just viewers, it's a community. And that's what the Tavern is really about. How do you entice people to become your audience? Streams end, people go offline. Life gets busy. But with a Discord, you can have somewhere where people can meet even when you're not streaming. The Tavern Discord is that place. The place where hunts get organised. It's where clips get shared. And because of it, my viewers are becoming regular viewers, and eventually those regular viewers will become friends. One thing I've learned though, community isn't built through fancy channels, it's communication. People stay because they enjoy their interactions. I've made several different channels for different subjects, and everyone just uses the same one. Now this doesn't mean I have everything figured out. I have made tons of mistakes. Just the other day, I decided to clean up my PC and reorganise everything nicely. Without thinking, I moved the folder that had all of my overlay images on. Next time I went to stream, there was nothing there. I had a massive panic. But we got over it, we figured it out, and I was only a little bit late to the stream. In my earlier days, I was overly focused on my Twitch analytics. I was worried about growth, I overthought the content. I've had streams that felt fantastic, and I had streams that felt really flat. Quite often next to each other. But one lesson keeps coming back. Consistency matters much more than perfection. Showing up matters, being present matters, and giving people a reason to come back really matters. The biggest thing with streaming, no one really sees the work that goes into it. It's not just press that streaming button and everything else will figure itself out, especially in 2026. You have to work hard behind the scenes. There's the managing the Discord, the planning, the editing, the learning, and all of those things really add up. It's a good job I've got a patient wife. Something that surprised me though is how supportive other streamers have been. When you think about other streamers, you probably think it's the competition. But in my experience, it's just the opposite of that. I've met other creators willing to help collaborate, raid, watch my streams, and just generally support each other. And it's one of those things that makes the community aspect really rewarding. Which brings me to someone I really want to recognise, Biggs UK. At the last milestone, he's currently on a 45 stream streak. And if you've ever tried to make content consistently, you'll know that's very impressive. He always brings great energy, great community interaction, great conversations, great challenges, and he's become a genuine pillar of the community. I've also recently started to collaborate with him on a Tuesday evening. The thing I respect the most though isn't the streak, it's the consistency. It's his willingness to show up, to support others, and to be a part of something bigger than just a stream. So if you're watching this, mate, thank you. I genuinely appreciate everything you've brought to this community. Please go check him out. So I've talked about creating a community, but how do people actually find you? You can't just rely on Twitch's discoverability. Twitch is massive, and you can't expect people to find you in amongst the crowd. So you've got to find a way of separating yourself. So that's what I started doing. The goal is to bring people to my channel to find my streams. So I started making short form content on TikTok, YouTube and Instagram. I started off by just posting funny clips on my streams, but as my confidence has grown, so has my content. And so as you can see, here is my TikTok profile. My very first video got me 10 views. Now early on, I wasn't very good. I'd never had TikTok before, I didn't make videos on Instagram, I was very much a social media noob, so everything here was very new to me, as you can see with the content. My first week creating content, I was getting about 250 views, and then randomly there was a jump to 800. I have no idea what the difference was. I still don't really understand why these videos perform better than others. As time went on, the average views started to grow, including my latest one, which was just a picture with the caption, "What is your favourite monster to hunt?" I created this on a day I didn't have much time. I'm finding it quite hard to grow on TikTok. If anyone has any advice, feel free to drop it in the comments. The goal here is to get to 1,000 followers so I can start streaming live. So looking at my Instagram, it's a very similar story. Now Instagram doesn't show you the views on its desktop version, but they're typically about 2/3 of the amount of my TikTok views. Although randomly, it's different videos that blow up on TikTok than it is Instagram. Scrolling through, you can see it's the same content. Don't worry, I did learn about editing the thumbnail. It's very similar stats on my Instagram than it is to my TikTok. So I've only been using YouTube for a few weeks. The numbers are typically a lot higher, with the exception of my newer videos, as I think I confused the algorithm a little bit. My gaming content tends to perform a lot better than my YouTube advice. I typically get between 700 to 1,500 views across the free platforms. Creating a social media presence is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. The clips I expected to perform really well didn't get any views, and the clips that I made in a rush got 1,000 views. The lesson I'm starting to learn though, people connect with people, not perfection. Short form content is what gets people through the door. Community is what makes them stay. It's still very early on my creator journey. The Discord is growing, the community is growing, and hopefully more opportunities for people to get involved. I'm still small, but this feels like more than numbers. So if you've been a part of this journey so far, then thank you. Whether you watched the stream, joined the Discord, watched a clip, or just stopped by to say hello. You're helping build the Tavern, and I'm excited to see where we go next. That's it for this video. I'll see you in a couple of weeks or in one of my streams.